Sorry, I missed that.
Whoa,
Now tell
my
me,
God.
why? What happened? Who is that? Oh my God. Hello. So we have MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle DB2. What else do we have?
Microsoft Access.
Okay. MS Access.
Hmm.
Next. Have you all
Postgre,
heard about Teradata?
Cosmos.
Let me go with the frequent term so that everyone is on, like, everyone will not feel as a stranger in the class. Okay. Teradata is no. Guys, did you all heard about MongoDB?
Yes,
It's not
I have heard it.
MangoDB, it's MongoDB. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Next. Have you all heard about PostgreSQL? This is also frequently heard term. Now, let etc. Now, do you guys have any question related to SQL, PLSQL?
yes. As you said, SQL is a language. Then
Huh.
why MySQL is SQL Server and PostgreSQL you are taking as database?
Exactly. Fine. Fine.
Yeah,
Fine. Now I'll tell you. So, if I teach this class in Tamil, will you guys understand?
no,
Malayalam?
little bit, no,
Hindi?
yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
yes,
Telugu? Absolute
yes,
yes. English?
yes,
Yes.
Similarly, when you
Yes.
have data in databases, only language what databases can understand is SQL. If you want to communicate with the data in database, definitely you should know a language called SQL. They know only SQL. You cannot go to the database and say, hey, give me 3 rows, give me 4 rows. You cannot write in English there.
okay,
It follows a structured way of questioning what we have to ask it. Only then it will give you a proper answer. Got it?
yes,
So that structured way is called SQL, structured query language. But again, coming back, is there anyone who doesn't know Telugu here? Everyone knows Telugu. Is there anyone who doesn't know it?
I don't know it.
I don't know.
I
You don't
don't
know
know
Telugu?
either.
Okay. But do you know that we have two Telugu states with a different slang in Telugu?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
That everyone
Yes.
knows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
So when we are talking about Telugu, so if I have to tell some person to come here, okay. So in Andhra, how do you tell a person to come here?
ఇక్కడికి రండి.
ఇక్కడికి రండి,
Very good.
ఇక్కడికి రా.
Now let's talk about Telangana. If you want to tell someone to come here, how do you address them?
రాబాయ్.
రాబోయ్ అంట. ఇక్కడ రాబోయ్.
Correct? So
Yes.
is there any meaning difference there? Meaning is
No,
same to address someone to come here,
Right.
but
yes,
the wordings are different, right?
yeah,
Similarly, in SQL and PLSQL, PLSQL is understood by Oracle, like Telangana understands the Telangana slang. SQL understands the remaining rest of the databases understands SQL, which is like a Telugu, Andhra slang. Got it? So the difference between SQL, PLSQL, any database you go, you will slightly have only some functions, wording difference. But again, the functions will do the same functionality. For example, if you want to display 3 rows, if you go to MySQL, you have to say limit 3. If you do it in Oracle, you have to say row number 3. If you use SQL Server, you have to say top 3. But three of them, the functionality of these functions is to display the 3 rows. Understood the different
okay,
language? In SQL, we have different variations. Got
yes,
it? But the main subject, now you know Telugu, either slang differences, only few wordings you have to learn if you change your slang, correct? Telugu, what you talk,
Yes.
people can understand, but only few the wordings you have to learn, correct? Similarly, the SQL which you learn here, if you know this, if you are changing your database, few functions extra you will have to explore later. Got it?
Yes.
But way of writing a query, everything remains the same. Like you learn English initially, with the help of that English subject you are learning, you're able to read your social science and all other subject books, right?
Yes.
Similarly, if you learn the SQL which I'm teaching here, you can also later explore other databases little functions as well. Got it? But there is a database called MongoDB. This is completely different. It's like going to north and talking Telugu. So in
Okay.
north, which is the language used?
Hindi, Marathi.
Similarly, MongoDB is a NoSQL. It will not understand SQL. If you go there, go to MongoDB and ask SQL, type SQL, it will tell you, hey, chal jao idhar se. It will ask you to go from here because it understands Mongo queries. It has a separate query language. Got it?
Yes.
And now you understood the difference between SQL and database also. What is SQL?
Structured query language.
It's a
Language,
language. What is
Yes.
Language.
database?
just storage.
Storage part.
Container which stores data.
Yeah.
Now you
Container.
understood the difference between database and SQL, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Now coming back. So do you
Uh,
think database file I asked it's limited or unlimited? You said limited. So when we went to database because of the limitation. Now tell me, do you have limit for database? Is it limited or unlimited?
Unlimited.
I think it is unlimited.
If it's unlimited, why do we have cloud? And if it's limited, why are we still using database? Hypothetical question again,
Yes.
right? So I'll
yeah.
give you an example. Okay. Now you will get to understand. I'll give you an example. For example, you have a sister, okay, who is earning 40 LPA, and you
Okay.
have a father. Obviously, if sister is earning 40 LPA, his income is 1 CR PA per annum. Okay.
Yes.
Now you are the little younger brother in the house. You have two of them earning well, so obviously we will spend more, right? Now you want to purchase a
Right.
chocolate. Will you go to your sister or father? Remember that your
Sister.
sister is earning 40 LPA and your father is earning 1 CR. Okay, he's a business person and your sister is a working employee. Now you want to purchase a chocolate because you with a no income, you definitely have to go to any one of them, right?
Yes.
Right.
So you want to purchase a chocolate. Whom do you ask?
I think
Sister.
Sister can afford a chocolate and give us, right?
yeah.
So when
Yes.
I'm saying
Yes.
chocolate, are you considering
Right.
size of it or the cost of it?
Cost and size.
Cost of.
Cost of it.
Cost of it, right? Okay, who
Yes.
is that telling size of it? Someone told cost and size?
Sirisha ma'am.
Sirisha. Okay, you're telling when I say chocolate, you will go to sister. Diamond is smaller size than chocolate. Whom do you go? Still smaller size. You can really go to sister.
Yes. Father. Father.
Why father? Size is smaller than chocolate. For chocolate size, you are
Yeah.
going to sister. For diamond also, you have to
Yes.
go to sister, no? So
Yes.
what do you
Diamond
Not
cost
size.
is more.
Only cost.
so what do you have to consider here? Size or cost?
Cost.
Exactly. So when you have to
Cost.
purchase a chocolate, whom will you go?
Sister.
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 So whenever I want a chocolate, sister is giving chocolates very good. Let me check if how good she can spend for her brother. So now I want a bicycle. Whom will you go with? She's earning
Um,
40 LPA. Can she
sister
afford a
can afford.
bicycle on thousands?
Yes, she can afford.
Yes.
So I can go to sister, right? If it's 40 LPA, she's earning like 2 lakhs minimum per, not two, it will be 2.5 per month. So she can afford a bicycle for us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Now she's also purchased a bicycle. I used it for 2 3 months and I'm fed up with. Now I want a bike. Whom will I go with?
Devi,
Yes.
one question I have. Uh,
Sure.
Father can also afford the chocolate, right?
Yeah. But why do we prefer sister? We don't want to go with a larger budget now itself, right? If you ask for chocolate also, he gets fed up and he'll not purchase the important ones when we need it. Don't you really think this?
Yes.
True, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Then why did you see you're asking father also can afford? Then why did you guys answer with their sister? When you have a smaller
Easy
source, you
access.
exactly easy access. Okay,
Okay.
now I
Okay.
want
Yeah.
a bike. Who will afford?
Both can afford
But whom will
in
you
the
go
first place.
for? First priority would always be sister, right? He's
Yeah.
a business
Yes.
person. You don't want to disturb him all the time.
No.
But
Yes.
do you think she will give you? Did you get a confusion here? She might give, might not give. Confusion started with the bike.
Yes.
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 Did
Yes.
you all have this in your brain slowly?
Yes.
So she can afford with a one-time payment, but sometimes
Yes.
Reject it.
she might opt for EMI, slow payment, not one-time payment, correct?
Yes.
Now you
Yes.
want a car, she will definitely go for EMI.
Yeah.
But now if you go to a father for a car, one-time settlement, you might
Yes.
get a
Yes.
one-time settlement, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you have a car. Now you want to purchase a house. Whom will you go for? Will you even try to
Father.
go to your sister to purchase a house?
No.
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 Definitely father, right?
Yes.
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 Database is your sister, cloud is your father. It's the support they give in the background. Got it? Now all the costs whichever you consider, translate it to your size of your data increasing. Got it?
Yes.
Cost was
Yes.
increasing, consider it as size increase now. So have you, I think if you guys are joining the classes here, you must have completed your 10th standard before 2014, right?
Yes.
You all remember when you had your 10th results. Have you all checked your 10th results in Google? Yes, right? Immediately we went and browsed our ranks and results for
Right.
10th standard.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was a government database website.
Yes.
So when you browsed
Yes.
for your with your hall ticket, did it immediately give you the result or did it scroll for some time, buffer for some time?
It's buffer for. Oh, yeah. It was buffer.
Buffer.
That's the database. So basically, database can store unlimited data. But when you query for an answer, if the number of rows is greater than 2 or 3 lakhs, output rows, it will slowly buffer and give. It will give you the answer, but it will buffer. Like your sister opting for EMI for car.
Okay.
But for the database. So what is a cloud? Can you guys tell me what's a cloud?
iPhone storage.
Storing of information.
Now let's talk
Huge
about
amount.
cloud. First, name me few clouds.
AWS.
iCloud.
AWS
Azure.
is by
iCloud.
which company? Guys, one by one. AWS is by which company?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon. Amazon.
Good. Next.
Google Cloud.
Microsoft.
GCP.
Microsoft.
Azure.
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 Yeah.
Zero. Yeah.
Google.
GCP.
GCP. You have
Google Cloud.
Oracle Cloud as well. And you have IBM as well.
IBM as well. Yeah.
I'll put etc. Okay.
Salesforce.
Now, let me open AWS. Okay, I'm not logging in too much. I just want to show one of it. So cloud is for what? Cloud is for
Storing huge amount of data.
only storage.
Security purpose.
Cloud provides 100 plus services. You see the products here. Do you see a lot of products for analytics? It gives you all these. For people working on application integration, you have these. For people who using artificial intelligence, you have these services available, right? Same
Yes.
way, database is also a service provided. In that database service, do you see this Amazon RDS? Under these services, what do you have here? What do you have here? You see
RDS.
again the database names here.
Yes.
Subtopics. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, right. You again have containers. Obviously, RDBS is a database storage. So what databases again Amazon is providing? Again the same databases we saw in Excel there in the list. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the
Yeah.
database which you take it directly and the same database which you take it with a cloud support. Similarly, you're purchasing a car with a sister directly, you will have to buffer, you will get buffering. But if you have a father support, you will not have this EMI buffering, right?
Yes.
Similarly, if you're trying to store the data directly in a database, if it goes on increases, you might feel like buffering thing comes into picture. I'm using a layman terminology for you guys, okay? But if you
Yes.
use a cloud, it has a huge support in the background and the buffer will not happen and your query will be faster. Now you understand the difference between database and cloud. Both are unlimited, but cloud also provides other services as well. Got it? Now another difference between database and cloud is if you're purchasing database, suppose you want 10 GB of data storage capacity. From very first month, you'll have to pay bill for the 10. Either you use it, you don't use it. So it's like this. So for example, you have a house, you are rented in the house. Okay. So in this December month, in the house, you have that house taken handover and your things and everything is there in the house. But you went for a vacation for 20 days. Will you pay the rent for 10 days or complete month?
Complete month.
Complete month if it is rental. Yeah.
Current bill you will pay for the 10 days or all complete month bill you will pay?
Whatever we use.
Exactly. The cloud is like your current bill. Whatever you use, you pay only for it. If you use only 1 GB, you pay only for 1 GB. But database is like your rent. You use it, you don't use it. First, you told 10 GB, you have to pay for it. Costing way also, you have some difference between database and cloud when you're purchasing. But the same database with the cloud support, if you purchase, again, the billing is like your electricity bill. Got it?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, did you all understand the difference between database and cloud? Was that a good examples?
Yes.
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 Ma'am,
Got
even
some
cloud is
understanding?
limited, right?
No. The more you purchase, the more you use. Cloud has
Yeah.
a service called elastic service. The more you want to increase, the more you have to pay. So just like my office work, recently I had an issue. I'm actually going with the same issue. I have my AAS model, SSAS model, which I want to deploy. To deploy in the cloud, I have a service called Azure Analysis Service. That's one of the service in Azure. Okay. We have
Yes.
purchased 50 GB. Now that is filled. So what we have done yesterday night, we have increased the space to 55. Now if I deploy, it gets deployed. Understood? You can increase, but for 50 GB we have paid the bill in November. Now December, because we have increased 5 GB, bill of December will also include 55 GB. Got this?
No, I'm talking about real-time data, ma'am. if we
I gave
take
you the
all the
real time my office example only now. This is
okay,
actually the issue I'm facing. We had 50 GB purchased first. First it was 5 GB. Slowly, whenever it is required, we increased it slowly to 50 GB. Now we want 5 more GB. Yesterday night we requested, we just sent a mail to Azure to increase our database size to 55. So it's like how much ever you want, they can increase it. But thing is, your billing will increase. It's unlimited, but we take only limited size. We increase it whenever required. Got it?
Yes. Once
yeah,
again,
ma'am.
can you explain me this database and cloud in brief? Not complete, in brief.
See, in brief only I have explained till now. So you want a overview.
Yes, yes. Yeah, not complete.
Overview in the sense, see, database is a both are containers to store the data. Cloud also has other services, but now presently we are talking only about storage. So both are storage services, but database has a capability in two different ways. One is with the background with a normal database directly provided by the database company. Suppose you have MySQL by MySQL directly. Cloud
Hmm.
is the same MySQL has a contract with the other cloud, where cloud also gives a support to the same database. So if you go with database, the billing ways will be different, the costings will be different. If you go with cloud, the costings and billings will be different because you purchase more than one service in a cloud. Got it?
Yes.
In database, you might have a buffering at certain point of time, but in cloud, because it is supported with a huge in the background, so it will not buffer too much. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Guys, this example and this explanation I gave purely from my experience during working.
Okay.
So when I asked you initially during start of the session, when I asked what is data, your answer was information.
Yes.
Now tell me, do you really think that single word can specify what is data for a software engineer?
No.
No. So much.
So based on all of this, our technologies are decided. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Based on all of this, suppose you get the data. So you have to decide whether the data have to be stored in file, database or cloud, right? And it cannot be just like that thrown. It should be maintained by people, correct? The person
Yes.
who maintains this data, we call it as data engineer. Or you also have other designation other than data engineer. Suppose you are working with database. In database, if you're trying to put your data structure, you're called DBA, database admin. Have you all heard this term?
Yes,
Yes.
Tina.
Yes.
If you're the same person is trying to put a cloud in picture and trying to give what services can be used, cloud architect. Heard these terms?
Yes.
Yes.
These people, what do they do it? Finally, what did you understand that they do it? Whatever data to maintain them in a storage perspective, these people does that. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, okay, we get the data. Who will consume this data? Who want to analyze it or who want to use it, right?
Yes.
Now, let me go with another example. So, there is a person, on Monday, he has purchased 2 milk packets. On Tuesday, he has purchased again 2 milk packets. Wednesday, he has purchased only one. Again on Thursday, he has purchased 2 milk packets. On Friday, he has purchased 2 milk packets. Saturday, again 2. Sunday, again 2. So, Monday, how many milk packets will he purchase?
Mostly two,
Two.
Why not one? You also have one number here.
but majority of
It's not about majority. No, 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 not majority.
Based on
Say
history.
it correctly. Use the
Yeah.
terms correctly. Not majority. Why did you say? Because
Okay.
most of the time during his week, he always wanted 2 milk packets for his house purpose, correct? That's
Right.
why he might go with 2 and a probability, not majority.
Correct. Yeah. Probability. Fine.
Correct? So
Yes.
did
Yeah.
you just like that give me a number 2, or you have analyzed this data which is already there?
Analyze, analyze the data.
Analyze the
Analyze the
data.
data. Yeah.
Exactly. Already existing data. If you're analyzing and giving me the solution, you are called a,
Yes.
Okay.
what are you called?
Data analysis.
If you do that,
Data analysis.
we are called data
Data
Analyze.
analysis.
analyst, right? Now,
Analysis.
by analyzing this data,
Right.
if you're answering, you're a data analyst. Now, based on the analysis you have, you're telling me what might happen in future, correct? Then, using some algorithm and stats, these people tell what happens in the future. So they're called scientists. They do predictions. Now, understood the difference between data science and data analytics?
Yes.
Simple note. I just gave it on a simple note.
Yes.
Is this clear? The difference between data analyst and data scientist?
Yes.
Now you're
Yes. Yeah.
analyzing the data. So where is the data?
From the past.
Where is the data?
In the
Database.
cloud.
Data is obviously data is from the historical only. That is fine. From the past you have the data. Where is it? It
Database.
might
In the
be in file.
database.
It might be
Files
in
are
file.
database.
Database.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suppose your data
Might be
is
in
in
file.
Excel. One second. Suppose your data is in Excel file. You're also called a data analyst because you're ultimately analyzing the data. But when they're hiring you for this, your your job description will have Excel as a technology. So database is in database also you have your data. If it's in database, you are called a SQL developer. So you have to analyze data using SQL. SQL is the language used by database, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
If you have the data in database, but you want to draw visuals, you can also draw visuals in Excel. But they're very particular about building a dashboard. So to analyze the same data, you will not get any extra data into Power BI. You will get whatever is present only, correct? Same data if you're connecting to Power BI, you're called a Power BI
Develop.
developer. If you do it in same analysis, if you do it in Tableau, you're called a
Yeah. Blue.
Tableau developer. Understanding?
Yes.
Same data, you're using Python. In Python also we have libraries to analyze data. You have NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib and Seaborn for visuals, correct?
Yes.
Same thing you're using Python. You're called Python developer. Python developer can also do many other things with coding. But still, if you use data analysis using Python, you can also be called Python developer. Depends on the company you go. There are a lot of designation. Other than this designation, all of these people might also get a designation called software engineer again. You are aware of this, right?
Yes.
But ultimately, what are all these people doing?
Analyzing the data and
Now, if you learn Power BI, you understood what you will do. Are you called a data analyst?
yes.
Yes, data analyst. But the tool which you prefer is
Power BI.
Power BI. Now you're using SQL Server Stack completely. SQL Server Stack will contain SSIS, SSAs, and SSRS. If you're using all those three to analyze the data, then you're called MSBI. You remember MSBI developer? Have you ever heard this term?
Yes.
You're called MSBI developer. Now this is about the tool you're using and your designation. Few designations are also given based on the data you're working. So you're analyzing the data. If you're analyzing financial data, you're called financial analyst.
Natural.
You're analyzing fraud data. You're called fraud analyst.
Fraud analyst.
If you're analyzing credit related data, credit cards related, you're called
Credit
credit
analyst.
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 Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
So it depends on the company. It's not like you are handling financial data, but you're working on Power BI. Ma'am, I'll be designated financial analyst or Power BI developer. Depends on the company. Few prefer based on the tool they're using, few prefer to give the designation based on the data they're working. It's different for company to company. Got it now?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yes. So we can call Power BI analyst also, or it is completely developer only?
It's completely depends on the company what designation they give. But ultimately you will work on the same Power BI. Working will be
Okay.
same. Designations will change based on company to company and the project, the client.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Did you all get an understanding on the difference between data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist? Already present data if you're analyzing, you're a data analyst, and based on the analysis whatever you have done, you're going to tell what might happen in the future. But here we will not do like your astrologist. You will use statistics, data science. You have a course, right? You have
Yes.
statistics, algorithms. You will use all of them to do the predictions there. Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's about the data and technologies. I also go further about data science, but we are already on just 3 minutes away from our scheduled time. So that's about it. So was the session helpful now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Same
Yes,
way how
ma'am.
we went through the data and technologies clearly today, tomorrow we will go through overview of Power BI, third session. Okay?
Okay,
Yes.
ma'am.
Any doubts or any questions?
Mrs. Devi, I have one
Yes?
question.
Yes.
You mentioned about different databases and the languages. For example, you mentioned about MongoDB.
Correct.
It has
Yes.
has its own language for communication.
It
Uh,
actually supports SQL, but not to a complete level. It has its own language called Mongo queries.
okay, so we
Huh.
in our office, I've heard about MariaDB, a database.
MariaDB also has its own queries. It's also NoSQL DB.
Okay, so that's not SQL. Okay, okay, thank
You
you.
have seen a different language there?
No, I haven't. I was just curious to know because I've
So
the guys who
basically,
work
even
on
though it is
MariaDB.
a
I don't
NoSQL,
know if they work on SQL
no, no,
or
one second. Even though it is a SQL DB, NoSQL DB, it will support minimum SQL for sure. Mongo also supports minimum SQL.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, was that informative?
Yes,
Yeah.
Devi.
Yes.
The last 1 hour is not wasted.
No, it was fruitful.
It was fruitful. Happy?
Yeah.
Chalo. So shall we all meet
Yeah.
back tomorrow again to understand the overview of Power BI in brief?
Yes.
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 Shall we wind up for today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay then. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
See you all back
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, everyone.